helping to raise awareness about the Duchenne muscular dystrophy that Gaven has. So I know you guys will be awesome audience members and be respectful and also have a little fun, but this is Mr. Riot. Say howdy, Mr. Riot. Take it away, Riot.
Thank you, Ms. Miller. I want to start by thanking the faculty and staff for coming today, for gathering everybody here, get everybody inside for what do you call the specials. And I want to most of all thank each and every one of you sitting on the floor wearing your cool blue shirts. All right, it looks awesome to look out and see everybody have these Monster Day shirts on. And I want to thank you for having us here. Today we're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk about monsters. That's us, not the scary ones you see on TV doing their that kind of stuff. That's not us, all right? We're happy, fun-loving monsters who just like to help kids live their best life. We're going to talk about heroes, muscular dystrophy, talent, the talent that each and every one of you have, the talent that we have. We're going to talk about having a monster heart. But before we get started with all that, I want to introduce the team I have with me today, these great riders and their motorcycles. As you see behind them, they each have a motorcycle they travel around the country on. They do crazy endurance rides from coast to coast. We ride from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean, Canada to Mexico, and everywhere in between. Everyone here has seen multiple states. I think everybody's probably been in all 48 states competing on their motorcycles. That's the race bike that I ride, Pearl. That's the fairing that everybody signed yesterday. There's over 600 signatures on that bike. Pretty cool, right? So can you believe when you guys signed it yesterday, it didn't look like that, right? Now it's filled up with signatures, we're getting more. And at the end of this, if anybody did not get a chance to sign it, we'll have an organized fashion of getting you up here, okay? So here's the team I have with me. First we have Hopper. Chris Hopper is right out of Texas, not too far from here. And Chris Hopper last year set a world record. He went on a ride for 100 days. Yesterday, you guys just celebrated your 100th day of school. That's how many days he sat on a motorcycle from sun up until well after the sun went down. Riding over 1,000 miles every day. He rode 100,000 miles in 100 days. Now, I know you can't imagine how far 100,000 miles is. Picture the entire world. Look at a globe. Hopper rode his motorcycle around it. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times around the world. That's how far. That's amazing, right? So this is crazy talented Chris Hopper.
How you doing, guys? Thanks for having us. Appreciate all you kids having us out here. Talk on behalf of Gaven. That's my bike there, the funny looking orange and white one. Not as good as these other ones, but it works. So, again, just want to say thanks for having us. We got some cool stuff we're going to go over with you today. We're going to talk about some good things with all you guys. So just appreciate you having us out here.
Awesome, thank you, Hop. Next we have Big Daddy. He insisted on following Hop up. So Big Daddy is an awesome rider as well. And not only that, he is one of the best lawyers in the country. So when he's not arguing in front of judges and that type of thing, for all these great causes, he's riding his motorcycle. And he puts crazy miles on. He had this beautiful blue bike, 200,000 miles on this bike. It looked so nice and new, but inside it was tired. And last fall, Big Daddy and I were for a ride, and we were riding, and every time we would take off, I could hear his motorcycle, and it was just calling to me, "Oh, I'm so tired, I can't make it." And he literally wore his beautiful bike out from the inside. So he got a new bike, so instead of having the pretty blue one that's all wore out and tired, he's got a new one here. His gray bike is right here, so instead of nice blue, he's riding the new. Big Daddy?
Good morning.
Morning.
Let's try it again. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for having us. We're here to learn some different things about Duchenne's muscular dystrophy. And it's important to learn stuff. You're here in school, you're about learning different things, right? So Gavin's unique because he has this problem, but there's everyone has something unique about them. And Riot will talk to you about some of the unique things that Duchesne's is for Gaven. What makes me unique, other than being a lawyer and a rider, see, I'm like these people, I ride just like them, but what separates me from them is I'm Native American. You guys know what Native American means? American Indian? So I'm going to teach you something about my culture. My culture is Eastern Cherokee out of North Carolina. The property this building sits on was at one time Indian land. So every place you go in the United States, Native Americans had and possessed for years before it was taken from them and built this lovely school. So when we communicated in the mountains of North Carolina, you couldn't see people. Do you think we had cell phones 100 years ago? No. How about telephones even, or TVs? They didn't exist, did they? So you know how we found out where everyone was? We would call a native, the Cherokees have a call that that one person would initiate and say this call, and then they could find where their friend was because they would call back. So everyone, I want you just to practice with me one time, okay? This is the sound you're gonna make. Woo! Can you do that sound? Okay? On the count of 3, do that sound for me. 1, 2, 3. So that would be your response when I was trying to find you. So what I would say would be, woo! And then you would respond, and that's how I would find you. You hear how loud that is, right? You can almost feel it in your chest. When they would do that call, it echoed through all the mountains. So they would call out, and that's how they would find their family and their friends when they were out walking. And the second thing I'll teach you today is how to say hello in Cherokee. The word is shio. Shio, that means hello. So now you speak 2 languages, English and Cherokee. Thanks for having us, guys.
Thanks, Big Daddy. Next we have Twister. Twister is our lady monster, who is also an incredible rider. She got her name Twister while competing in a ride right here in Texas, but she had to ride through a terrible storm. You know how Texas is, there's no place to hide sometimes. You're in the middle of nowhere, right? So she's on a motorcycle in the middle of nowhere when a nasty storm comes in, and she had no choice but to keep going. So she had to ride through a storm with hail, strong winds, pouring rain, and tornadoes. She came out safe and sound and earned the name Twister.
Hi, good morning. My name's Kimberly Walling, and I'm so glad to be here with y'all today and y'all learn about Gaven and that green and purple bike's mine. Thank you. Nice to meet y'all.
Thank you, Twister. And next we have Ken, who we affectionately call Go Home Ken. Ken rides all over the country and earns what we call certificates. There's an association called the Iron Butt Association that gives out certificates for every time you do a crazy ride on a motorcycle. And everybody tries to, get one certificate so they can say they did it. Ken has a stack of certificates like this, a mountain of certificates, and every one certifies that he got a little crazier than the one before. Ken?
Hello everybody today, how are y'all? You look wonderful. We're glad to be here today to celebrate and teach y'all a little bit about the Duchenne's muscular dystrophy and our friend Gaven. Most of y'all know Gaven? Yes, we love Gaven. No? Gotta make sure that you get to meet Gaven, right? My friends call me Go Home Ken because I don't ever go home. So I love to ride motorcycles a lot, just like my friends do. We're all associated with the same kind of things, and it's very special to be here today to meet all of y'all. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Now you guys are probably wondering how we ended up here. How we ended up at this elementary school over all of the elementary schools in the country. How did we end up here today? Yeah? Everybody knows because of Gaven, right? That's awesome that you know that. We're here because my hero goes to this school. And everybody has a hero. You have a hero. You have a hero. Everybody has a hero. I happen to have a hero that goes to this very elementary school. He was in our last group. He's in 2nd grade. Little Gaven is an artist, and he is my hero. So it sounds crazy, somebody my size, a big biker, have a 7-year-old hero. But that's why we're here. Because Gaven, my little hero, is an artist. And after I got to know him and I found out what a great artist he was, he started drawing pictures, and I thought, his picture would make a great tattoo. So I asked him if he would draw me a tattoo. So Gaven went to work drawing 5 pictures. Sent me 5 different pictures, and I flipped through the pictures, and I came to a goat. And the goat was so awesome. Had mountains on it, the sun, grass, and Gaven is known as the goat. Gabsy goat. So I said, this is it, I have to get this tattooed. So instead of just getting it tattooed in New Jersey, where I live, instead of doing that, what I did was I came to Fort Worth, Texas, and had Gaven come up and meet me there. I put him with a tattoo artist who taught Gaven how to tattoo. And at a biker party filled with 1,000 bikers from all over the world, Gaven sat and tattooed his goat onto my arm. So that's the goat that Gaven drew and tattooed. That's pretty cool to do, huh? Has anybody else ever tattooed anyone? I'm shocked. Is there one back there that's put some tattoos? And that's why we put a little Gabsy goat, the temporary tattoos, in your little bag, so you can take those home with you tonight and wear tattoos on the weekend. And there you go, some already have them on. So that's why the tattoos, because as you see, we like tattoos. Most of us have quite a few ourselves. But Gaven's got some unique talents. He has some unique talents. He's an artist. He does all kinds of cool things. But he also has Duchenne muscular dystrophy. Has anyone heard of muscular dystrophy before today? Yeah, a few. Duchenne muscular dystrophy? A couple? All right. I'm going to explain to you what that is and how it works. Muscular dystrophy is just what it sounds like. It is the genetic hiccup you get that nobody understands why one kid has it and one doesn't. Nobody knows. You're born with it, and somebody much smarter than me is figuring that out. But how it works is it's muscular, just like it sounds. You know, each and every one of you, you got little monsters inside you building up your muscles. You're bigger today than you were yesterday. Because inside there's monsters stacking blocks and stacking bricks on every group of muscles. So you're getting bigger, stronger. This is Texas. We're going to have massive football players out of this grade right here. Great big kids, baseball players, swimmers, soccer players, you name it, you're going to be getting muscles all the time to help you with that. But muscular dystrophy works a little different. While you have those monsters in there building the muscles up, there's a little beast in there beating them up. Boom, 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 always knocking those bricks apart. The harder they lay the bricks, there's little monsters in there banging it up. And Duchenne is a much more rare form of muscular dystrophy. Instead of having a couple in there, they have like an army beating up those muscles. So now picture yourselves, you're just sitting around. Right now, your muscles are getting bigger. While you sit here, your muscles are getting bigger. When you have muscular dystrophy, they don't grow like that because you've got these beasts in there fighting the muscles, beating them up all the time. So imagine how hard it would be to run, to play football, climb stairs, because every muscle group has got these beasts inside beating it up. They attack it. The bigger the muscle group, the more there is going on. Your legs are your biggest muscles in your body, right here. So when you have that, there's a lot of beasts in there beating it up. So that's what Gaven goes through. That's what a lot of kids go through. And the hardest part about it is you can't see it. So when you look around, you would never know. You see Gaven in the hallway, you have no idea. It'd be much easier if those little beasts sat on the outside of the leg. So you could go by and be like, oh, that's what muscular dystrophy is. There's a little beast on the outside beating on the leg, and you'd see it. And you would know, okay, that kid cannot climb the stairs as good as I can because he has that monster on his leg, that little beast beating his leg up. I get that, but you can't see it. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. That make sense? Awesome. But having Duchenne and having muscular dystrophy doesn't change the fact somebody's cool and somebody has mad crazy talents in other areas. Everybody here has a talent of some sort. Gavin happens to be a spectacular artist. Because Gavin is not going to, win races. He's not going to win a gold medal for a track meet, but he is an artist. That's his talent. Everybody has talent. I'm not sure what grade it was, but when I asked one little girl, hit it, and I was going to try to remember her name, but I asked if what her talent was, and she said reading. Was that 3rd grade? Yeah, was that you? Remember that yesterday? I said we were going to talk about it. I thought it was 3rd grade, but I wasn't sure. And that's what I'm talking about. The talent is different. Her talent is reading. Somebody else told me yesterday their talent is math. They're really good at math. Running races, hitting home runs, throwing footballs is all great, but that doesn't mean it's your best talent. I talked earlier, we met these monsters back here who have mad talents. Hopper is a world record holder. Sanook is a great lawyer. Twister is a great rider who rides in anything and is a great learner of what we do. Ken has all kinds of certificates. Great talent, right? But that's not their best talent. That's not the greatest talent they have. You want to know what their greatest talent is? They're nice. Simple. They're nice. That is their greatest talent, is they're nice. You know how much it costs to be nice?
Nothing.
Zippo. $0. It'll take none of your allowance to be nice. And it's super easy, and you get benefits from being nice. Because you know what happens when you're nice? Every time you're nice, your heart feels it. Boom, you get a little bigger. You're nice, your friend falls down, you pick them up. Boom, heart got a little bigger. Everything you do in life that is nice to somebody, your heart gets a little bigger, and eventually you're going to have a monster heart. And that's the goal, a monster heart. And when you go the other way, if you're mean to people, you want to pick on somebody because they can't run, because running's not their talent. When you do that, every time you do that, your heart takes a little shot. And eventually, if you keep being mean, your heart turns to be a little pebble. Little pebble, and you don't have many friends. And the friends you do have all have that same little pebble for a heart. And they're going to be mean to you. That's why it's important to surround yourself with people who have a monster heart and have a monster heart yourself. When you finish a race, you might win that race. When you finish that race, that's great. High five and turn around and cheer on everybody else so they can do the best that they can do. Okay? We're going to show you a little example of, what muscular dystrophy does in that very thing, a race. Because when you run a race, there is always one winner of a race, right? They cross that finish line, there's one winner. Everyone else lost that race. One winner and everybody else lost. And that's okay. It's fine, you come in last place. If I come in last place in something, it doesn't matter to me one bit as long as I did one thing right. I tried. So when these kids that have muscular dystrophy, they're trying. They might be in last place, but that doesn't mean they didn't try any harder than the kid that took first. That make sense? Yeah? All right. So with the help of Coach, we're going to get 6 volunteers to come up and run a little race and have a little bit of fun and kind of show you some examples. Coach is going to pick some people to come up and they're going to help us. And in the meantime, while they do that, I'm going to tell you about myself running some races. Yeah, we'll start on that line. Uh-oh. All right, we're going to get our 6 lined up here. And they're going to run to Big Daddy. It's not a very far race, but we're just going to show you something. All right? But they're clearly not ready. Are you guys ready?
Just beat Coach.
Yeah. You better get your hands out and get ready. The coach will run with you. Okay? But this is like a major school event here, so we got to hear some cheering, some clapping. All right? It's not all about just sitting there being quiet. Yeah, cheer them on. And when the whistle blows, you're going to go to Big Daddy. pluck the top 3 out of it. Okay? Let's see who does this. Are you ready? Oh wait, we gotta make sure. Oh, you are ready. Are you guys for sure ready to watch this? Yeah! Let's get ready to go! Now, you guys, you're going to see a little change. Now, you just saw everybody run, right? You just saw how fast they go, how hard they try. Now we're going to gear them up with some weight. They're going to have some weights on them and behind them. Hey, listen up. See, I used to coach, 15 years coaching baseball. So when kids get out of line, I got my whistle with me, I'm ready to go. All right, we're going to load them up with weight. This is the effect of muscular dystrophy. You want to use all your muscles, but they just don't work like that. So they're gearing them up. Think it'll make a difference? You do? They just ran. It's the same kids. They're going to have this same one.
Same distance even, right?
Same distance, same everything. All right, everybody get up on. Sorry about that. All right, you ready? Everybody get ready. Now this time we're going to go to Big Daddy again. Are you ready? Hold on. Sorry, I got something in my throat. Are you guys ready? Yeah! All right. Let's get ready to... Oh! Oh! We had a little mishap. Now, did you notice anything? Yeah? All right, guys, come over here. Come on over. What was that like? All right? And how was it like winning that time? Good? Yeah? How was it like pulling that weight? Even though you were trying as hard as you could, it's a big difference, right? It's a big difference for you, right? As they go back to class and you talk to these kids, you can ask them what the difference was. That's what kids who have Duchenne have to fight every day, all right? We give these guys a round of applause. Nice work. Now you see the difference of that race? Yeah, that's what it's like when you have your muscles getting beat up and attacked. It's like having a weight. It's like having a weight on your ankle. That's what they face every day walking upstairs. Putting ice on it, resting, that doesn't help. It will help a little bit with the problems of the immediate, but it's not going to make anything go away. It's not going to be better the next day. Kids can't walk it off, can't sleep it off. You can't put ice on it. I coached baseball for 15 years. My son was a great catcher. He would come home and we'd have to put him in a tub and fill it with ice. And that's how we get his legs to recover. That's not the case when you have muscular dystrophy. You go in an ice bath, when you get out of the ice bath, you still have muscular dystrophy. You always have those weights on. So if you can imagine having those weights on every day. The kids that just have the weights pulling it, tell your friends what that was like. Try to imagine yourselves walking around every day with weights on your ankles. When you, in your mind, you want to run, you want to be fast, but you can't. Your body just says, I can't do it. But that's what we want you to do, all right? That's how you want to remember what these kids are facing, what they have to do every single day. And when you see people, you be nice to them, all right? And you work to get that monster heart. That make sense? Yeah? All right, because when we're done here, we're gonna have you guys come by the motorcycles and come by and see everybody. The teachers will organize you in a nice orderly fashion because that's not my specialty. You know, my name is Riot, and you can ask your parents what that's all about when you get home, far, far away from me. But anyhow, that's my bike Pearl. And like this race that the kids just ran with the weights, I've competed in all kinds of events. All around the country, I've done all kinds of crazy things. But you know what one thing is that nobody remembers? What place I came in. If you ask people, we've all competed in the Hoka-Hay, which is a great motorcycle challenge, one of the hardest ones in the world. We compete in that. But if you go back and ask people, what place did Riot finish in? People don't remember because nobody cares. They only remember it that moment and it's over with. What they do remember is that we show up and talk about things like this and help kids. All right? And they remember if you have a monster heart. So every time you're nice, every time you help somebody up, you're going to build that monster heart up. All right? Every time you're nice, you pick somebody up, remember that. Boom, your heart gets a little bigger. All right? You keep going, boom, heart's a little bigger. Pretty soon you're going to have a monster heart, and you never know. Maybe one day, many years from now, you'll ride motorcycles. You'll do any number of things, but you might be talking in front of a third grade class. All right, when I was in third grade, I never in a million years thought I'd be standing here talking to a third grade class. All right? So I want to thank you guys for coming. Can you give a round of applause to my monsters for joining us? And now the teachers will get you. I don't know if there's any class that did not sign the bike. Did everybody here sign the motorcycle? One class or one student? Awesome. Just make sure you sign that motorcycle before you go. And same with the staff. Same with the staff. And now the teachers will get you up, and you're going to get up in an organized fashion. You're going to go right by the bikes. And they're going to give you a monster sticker that says, "I have a monster heart." All right? Does everybody here have a monster heart, and does everybody want a monster heart? Yeah! Yeah? How bad do you want it? Let me hear it. Louder. That's it? There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Boy, it's loud. All right? That's a nice job. Thank you for having me. We greatly appreciate the chance to be in front of you guys and speak.
Wow. 1, 2, 3.